What's up, everybody? I'm James, and I'm going to be talking about how I just made my DTEK50 more productive for me. Now, I do have to thank Agent Juicy for making some content on his BlackBerry Priv, which is actually what helped me figure out how to do this, because I could not for the fucking... first off, I didn't have the time, so I just needed to sit there and find it through the phone. So I went to his channel. Even though it was on the Priv, it still works the same for the DTEK50. And yeah, so now I have my widgets going on. All right, now the great thing about this is I'm going to be able to show you how they work because of the fact that I have no client information, no personal information going on. So the first one I set on my home screen, because it's the most common thing I go into aside from everything else, is my calendar. Now, great thing about that is now I can just look and see what I have going on. So as an example, if there was more going on in the Saturday that didn't make it into the widget, you can actually scroll up and down, right? And the good thing is that once a section of your time is done, you don't have to worry about accidentally reading something twice, because it actually will stop at that point. That is amazing to me. As you can tell, tomorrow I don't have that busy of a day. One of my employees has a day off. And yeah, so this to me makes life easy. Now, one thing that I've also done is I've condensed everything into folders. So now I don't have a bunch of icons I got to look for, everything else. I've got all my social media in one folder: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, BBM, Snapchat. Everything is now in that folder for messaging, that type of thing. I got my other folder set up here for work, and this thing, you know what? I've actually never clicked on that. I'm going to do that after I'm done making this video, because I have no idea what it is. I've never once touched it. And then the other folder with just the envelopes are all my email accounts, so now it's all in one spot, and I can just go from there. Now, I know, it's all in the hub, and I'm actually probably going to be setting my side convenience key to go into the hub, but for right now, when you see how I've got this phone set up, I really don't... I don't want to say I'm not going to be using the hub. I am. It's just certain things I need to have instant access to very quick. So the next thing that I set up was my messaging. So my text messages. So when I get messages from people, I need to be able to see it. Now, I used to have my side convenience key set up to just open up the messaging app, and I can see who's texting me. This now, because I've been testing it all day today, because I just set all of this up this morning. The great thing about this now is, of course, I deleted a lot of the conversations, but if you have a lot of conversations that are going on, again, same thing, just like the calendar, if it goes past this, you can actually scroll through them and then pick the conversation that you want to open. So as an example with this, I've got an alert from the GPS system, and oh, look at that, somebody's speeding. It says he's speeding. That's not good. That's not good. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. So the GPS sent me a text message saying that my truck is speeding. So I'm going to click on that, and then you can open up the entire conversation. Now, that to me is really handy. Now, when you hit the back button here, it'll take you into messaging. But if you hit this one, it'll take you right back to your home screen where you have the widget running. Fantastic. Right now, I am overly impressed. The BlackBerry OS, BlackBerry Android OS, there were some YouTubers who were like, oh, BlackBerry is abandoning its OS. They don't even have faith in their own company, blah, 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 blah. It's an Android phone. Yeah, it is an Android phone, but it's a mix. It's a mix, and I've got to admit, they did a great job. I love BB10, but in all honesty, the more I use this phone, the more I learn about all these features. I'm like, BB10 was great, but you gotta grow up and you gotta evolve, and that's what they're doing. Now they got people going with apps. Like, you're going to see more people using these phones. The thing that BlackBerry does need to do is still improve on their advertising. What the fuck? Everyone, we've said this before 100 times. Okay, getting back to what I got going on. So that's my second most common used thing on this phone. Now the great thing is that I can take a look. Okay, I don't need to focus on that right now. Good, move on. Now, third, of course, everybody knows what was most commonly used on a BlackBerry. That's right, BBM. As you can see, it'll show me the conversations I've got going on. So I've got a conversation going on with Kylie Ann. I had a conversation going on with Bart. And the great thing is let's say I want to take a look at what Kylie Ann was saying. If this was a new message, but I already read it, now you can go into the whole conversation. Back again, if I click the back button, it takes me out of BBM back to my home screen. But here's another feature. If you want to just get into the app itself, because I have the app in a different folder, I was like, oh, maybe I should leave this out on the home screens. No, I don't need to. And you don't need to if you decide to do it this way, because of the fact that if you just click the top here, let me see if I can do it properly. Yep. It'll open up the BBM app for you, and then you got full usage of it. And of course, you want to get out. Oh, did I touch it? No, I didn't. Back again. I'm loving this. I am loving this. And the great thing is that I don't need my Chrome feature on my main home screen, which is the one that has the calendar, because as you can see, I left the search bar underneath there. And the bonus of that is I can just be like this, going like, what is the best Italian restaurant in Vancouver, British Columbia? Right, so then it opens up the browsers, gives me a whole bunch of addresses, restaurants, perfect. Or if I want to go to a specific site, as an example, let's say opencnn.com. Oh, oh, I had my hand over the mic. That backfired on me. Go to cnn.com. Oh, look at that. I've never tested this out yet. And it opens up the website. It'll take a second or two. Boom, boom. And of course, a whole bunch of horrible news. That's just what the news is. But again, now you've got that as a feature. I am really enjoying this phone. I'm glad I made the switch. I was a diehard BB10 fan, as a BB10 fan, and I still am. I do recommend if you want to make a switch, especially if you want something that has more access to apps, this is the phone for you. Now, in my fourth page, I don't have anything set yet because I'm still trying to decide what I want there. I don't know what the other thing is that I constantly use. It's not, some people were, when I was talking to a coworker earlier today, and he's like, "Oh, well, why don't you put it on your Facebook?" I'm like, I don't actually stay logged into Facebook when I'm out. I only log into Facebook and Twitter and everything when I'm home. I don't need those going on because I barely use them. As most of you know, with my social media, I go in weird little blitzes where I'll have some time and I'll just be like, "Oh, I'm social media, just gonna fucking post, and then I just stop and then I do it again and blah blah blah, that type of thing." What was that? You guys hear that? No? Okay. Anyways, I love this phone. What an investment. What an investment. Like, BlackBerry nailed it. They really did. I mean, every phone's going to have certain issues. I know the Priv had a whole bunch, and that was their first try with doing this. But now they got the more refined item, and now from what I'm seeing, a lot of people talking about the Priv, is that all the little kinks that they were dealing with are now no longer really there. I mean, obviously there's going to be one or two that come up, but this is great. I'm really enjoying this. Now the fact that I have all these set up the way I need it to, it's just making things a lot easier for me. Like the way you can custom make the phone to be what it is for you is great. So aside from that, that's pretty much all I was going to talk about today. I was just like, I was just really excited about the fact that I got all these set up. I've changed a couple of them. I tested out the hub. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to set for my side convenience key. I'm thinking I'm going to go back to having it just open up the hub immediately. I used to have it just open up my text messages, but now I don't need to because I can just scroll to the other side. Fantastic. Okay, well, if you guys have the same type of setup on your BlackBerry Priv or on your DTEK50, let me know. What do you have set as your widgets? Do you have a favorite thing? Do you have any recommendations that I could do? Feel free to let me know. Okay, aside from that, I got the rest of the day to myself. As you can see, nothing else going on. I get to game a bit. I'm going to go play some GTA 5 on my Xbox, and yeah. Again, thanks for watching. I'm losing my voice. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll post something soon. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys have on your widgets. Let me know. I do want to see some more things. Some people were saying, "Hey, why don't you put the weather app on?" I'm like, no. Pardon me. I'm an old school type of person. If I want to know what the weather's doing, I'll just look outside. I don't really listen to weather forecasters. And, oh, okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. So, as an example, just got a new text message from GPS on the truck saying the truck's off now, or the vehicle's off. Truck, yeah, it's a truck. Vehicle's off, and if I wanted to open it again, what am I doing? There we go. How convenient is that? That to me, I'm baffled by this. I'm not baffled. I'm just enjoying it. This is making life so much easier for me. As my daily driver, the way I'm customizing this is just getting better and better every day. And if people are doing the same thing with their Privs and everything else, awesome. Again, give me some feedback. Let's chat about it. I'm going to make a video responding to some comments on this video later on once I get enough of them, and we'll go from there. Aside from that, everybody have a good weekend. I am going to have a very lazy weekend, and yeah, be safe.